Hey guys, welcome. So today we're going to be doing distributive property of multiplication over addition. This is a very simple topic and let's begin. So what is distributive property? So let's take an example. Now if you see over here we have a question. So if you see we have a question, what is the answer to 2 bracket 4 plus 3. So how can we solve this? So sometimes people might say if we do 2 and 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, we get 2 into 7 as 14. This is one method. But today we're going to see how can we use distributive property to solve 2 bracket 4 plus 3 in another way. So let's see. So over here, as you see, 2 is going to be multiplied with 4 and then it's going to be added to 2 multiplied with 3. So 2 is being multiplied by 4 plus 2 with 3. Now what is 2 plus 2 into 4? We know it's 8, and what is 2 into 3? We know it's 6. And if we add them, we get 14. So you get 14 this way and also this way. So if they ask you to find the product by or the answer by distributive property, this is how you're going to solve it. So you're going to distribute 2 and you're going to multiply with 4 and 3. So I hope this is clear. This is all for distributive property. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So as I told before, we know 5 into, okay, so we know 5 into 8 is 40, but suppose I forget the table, I forget the multiplication table. Then let's see how to solve, okay? Suppose, let's assume you know tables up to 6. So over here, what they have done is they have split the number 8 as 6 plus 2. Okay, so 5 bracket, they've split 8 as 6 plus 2. So let's write it here. Now, like in the previous slide, they are distributing 5 with 6 and with 2. So first, you're going to multiply with 6, 5 into 6, and then you're going to put the plus sign, and then you're going to distribute 5 with 2, and you get 5 into 2. 5 into 6 is 30 plus 5 into 2 is 10. 30 plus 10 is 40. And this is the distributive approach, and this is the normal way. So both, you can use both ways to solve, but if they ask you to solve in the distributive approach, this is how you do. There's only one method and it's very simple. So let's take another example. So here you have 12 into 4. Now assume you don't know the tables of 12. Most people don't know, they only know up to 10. So we're going to split 12 as 7 plus 2 plus 3. Now there is no one way to split the numbers. So suppose 8 you could have split as 5 plus 3 in the bracket, and then outside you can put 5. Then you get 5 into 5, which is 25, plus you get 5 into 3, which is 15. And if you see, 25 plus 15 is 40. So there's no one way to split 8. You can split 8 as 7 plus 1, 6 plus 2, 5 plus 3. Similarly here, they have split as 7 plus 2 plus 3 as 12. Now I can split it as 10 plus 2. I can split it as 1 plus 4 plus 12 minus 5 is 7. So I can split it any way. So here they've just given example. So it's your way. Now, if you ask me why are we using distributive approach, it's to make calculation much simpler. So is this calculation easier or is this easier? Suppose you don't know the tables. They can ask also 13 into 16. So questions like these, you can split both 13 and 16, and then you can use the distributive approach and you can solve it much simpler. Okay, if it's up to you if you want to solve it the normal way or the distributive approach. Now, so now you know the difference between solving it the distributive approach and in the normal way. So let's go to the next slide. Now here we're going to solve few questions. So let's see. Let's read the question first. The school canteen charges rupees 20 for lunch and rupees 4 for milk for each day. How much money do you spend in 5 days of these things? Now, as you see, don't look at the answer now. First, understand the question. So, one day for your lunch, they charge 20 for your food and rupees 4 for your milk. So, together you have 24 rupees one day you're spending for food. Now, how much money do you spend in 5 of these things? We know this is multiplication. So, we know that total cost is 24 one day, and for 5 days, how much does it cost? 24 into 5, which is 120. Okay, so that's one way to solve it. Okay, that's the second approach. Find the total amount for one day, then multiply it by 5. So remember, you have to write all the statements: cost for one day, then cost for 5 days. So this, now here, as you see, they're using distributive. I didn't show it here, but I will show it. So we know 20 is for your food and 4 is for your milk. Okay, and then this is for one day. So 5 days will be 5 multiplied with 20 plus 4. Now you can put the arrow to show distributive property. Write 5 on left hand side. It's much better. So 5 into 4 is 20 and 5 into 20 is 100. So you get your total as 120. So here we're using distributive property. Now here in the first one, you can find the amount for lunch of 5 days and then for milk for 5 days, and you can simply add. So we know 20 is for your food or your meal, and then multiplied with 5, which is 100. And then you have 4, which is for your milk, multiplied with 5, which is 20. And if you add 100 plus 20, you get 120. So there are several ways you can solve the question, but there's only one right answer. So here, first way we did was the distributive approach. Here 20 plus 4 multiplied. Remember, bracket is very important. And then multiplied with 5. So remember this bracket. If you don't put bracket, the meaning changes. Yeah. Okay, so the bracket is very important. Now let's go to another type of sum. Okay, so like I showed in the previous slide, they might ask like big numbers like 12 into 35. I'm pretty sure we haven't learned tables of 12 or of 35 either. So that time, what do we do? And there, look, if you read, They're asking to use distributivity. So let's go through the steps one by one. Okay. So here 12 into 35. 12. Now here they're leaving the 12 like that and they're splitting only 35. Okay. So here they've split 35 as 30 plus 5. 12 into and then they use distributivity. So 12 into 30 plus 12 into 5. Now you can find 12 into 30 using normal multiplication, 12 into 3. So since if you have learned the table, it'll be much easier. 2 into 3 is 6 and 1 into 3 is 33. So you get 36. So 12 into 30 would be 360. And then you have 12 into 5, which is 60. Okay, you can do multiplication check, but if you know the table, it's very good. So then you just need to add the 360 plus 60, you get 420. Now 12 into 35, they have split here 35. Now if you split just 12, it'll be very hard because 35 is a big number, and it's easier to learn tables of 12 or do calculations with 12 rather than 35. Now let's see the next example. 126 into 55 plus 126 into 45. So this is your question and they're asking us to simplify. So simplify and find the answer. Now if you see 126 is common, right? So here, let's take an example before solving this. Suppose 2 into 1 plus 2 into 3. Now over here, if you see 2 is same, right? So let's take 2 common outside. And what is left? You have 1 and then you have the plus sign. 2 over here is taken out, so you have 3 left. So 1 plus 3. And then you're going to use the distributive approach and you're going to multiply 2 with 1 plus 2 with 3. So what do you get? You get 2 plus 3 into 2, which is 6, which you get total as 8. Okay. So I took, first what I did is I took 2 common outside and then I wrote 1 plus 3, which whatever was left, and then I used distributive approach and found my answer. Now if I didn't use distributive approach, let's see what answer we get. So 2 plus 2 into 1 is 2 and 2 into 3 is 6. Do we get the same thing? Yes, we get 8. Now the same way, it's just the numbers are, much bigger. So 126 into 55 plus 126 into 45. So here you see 126 is common. You take it out. And then what is left? 55. 55, you have your plus sign. Again, 126 is taken outside. What is left? 45. So 55 plus 45 is 100. You can do addition and check. Okay. And then here what they have done is 126, they added this and then they multiplied and they got it. Okay. So here if you want, you can use distributive, but 126 into 55 and 126 into 45, the multiplication takes forever. So here they have simplified. The question is to simplify. Okay. That's why they've added 55 plus 45 and you got the answer. So I have done 3 word problems and we have done different types. So I hope all of you understood what is distributive approach, and always remember bracket is very important. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.